President's stunning remarks, though, in response to this attack, including calling the U.S. justice system a joke. So let's go to our senior White House correspondent, Jim Acosta. And Jim, I mean, this story started breaking at the end of my show yesterday. We're not even really 24 hours, barely 24 hours in, and the president is already pushing Congress for several major changes.
Right. I think President Trump, Brooke, now has the world record for injecting politics into the aftermath of a terror attack. That is exactly what has happened in the last 12 hours or so, as the president has been tweeting about this. And then if you look at his comments that he made at the beginning of his cabinet meeting, in addition to regarding the U.S. justice system as a joke and a laughingstock, he also called for, I should say, sweeping changes to the nation's immigration system, saying that we should get rid of this diversity lottery system that has been in place for almost 2 decades. Keep in mind, when the president blames the Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer and the Democrats for this, this is a program that was put in place by Republicans and Democrats, and there was an effort in 2013 by the so-called Gang of Eight on Capitol Hill in the Senate that tried to do away with it, Republicans and Democrats. So the president is playing politics with this, and here's a bit of what he had to say when he was talking about this with his cabinet and reporters just a short while ago.
I want to immediately work with Congress on the diversity lottery program, on terminating it, getting rid of it. We want people that are going to keep our country safe. We don't want lotteries where the wrong people are in the lotteries. And guess what? Who are the suckers that get those people?
Now, the president says he wants to change over to a merit-based immigration system. That is, of course, the same immigration system that his policy advisor, Stephen Miller, was talking about here at the White House a couple of months ago. Brooke, I've talked to Republican sources up on Capitol Hill who say there's just no appetite for that right now. Keep in mind, immigration changes have been talked about for several weeks now as part of that fix to relieve the fears of those dreamers that are caught in limbo right now. There's really just no unity in either party right now, and certainly not among both parties, as to what to do about immigration right now in this country. But Senator Chuck Schumer, who was under attack by the president earlier this morning, he held a press conference, talked to reporters, and said the president needs to stop tweeting and start leading. Here's what he had to say.
New Yorkers and all of us compare President Bush right after 9/11 and President Trump right after this horrible terrorist attack. President Bush united us. He had us in the White House the next day saying, how can we work together? All President Trump does is take advantage, horrible advantage, of a tragedy and try to politicize and divide. It doesn't work with New Yorkers. It doesn't work with Americans. And in fact, if he really wanted to do something, the way we can stop terrorism is anti-terrorism to help our New York Police Department and all of our police departments. He cut that in the budget he proposed.
And one other thing we should point out, Brooke, and you know this because you covered what happened in Las Vegas very closely. In the aftermath of Las Vegas, the president said we need to wait when it comes to this legislative discussion about going after gun control, talking about gun safety laws. The president wanted to wait in that instance, but when it comes to what happened in New York City, when it's a terror attack involving someone coming in from outside of the country, the president immediately wants to have a conversation about immigration. So just sort of a night and day, a tale of two Trumps when it comes to the response to these two attacks. Brooke.
Tale of two reactions, two responses. I'm going to start there.